Mom, you're self-employed, I'd reminded her. Couldn't you just move your art studio to North Carolina for 4 months? Silence. That's easier said than done, she'd finally replied. Besides, it's just for the semester. 108 days left. I shivered in my tank top as I approached the lunchroom. The first full day of school the day before had been depressing, to say the least. I'd felt totally distracted the entire day. I knew that I couldn't hide out at the back table again, feeling awkward and sorry for myself, thinking about Emily, Ava, and Beth back home, the lunch table we always sat at, how easy it had been, every day, to walk into the cafeteria and know that the third table to the left of the hot lunch window was our table. I froze in the doorway of the lunchroom, not used to putting myself out there. Emily and I had become best friends in kindergarten. Ava and Beth had joined our group in 5th grade. It had literally been 2 years since I'd gone through the motions of making a new friend. This exact situation was what I'd been dreading for 5 months. I scanned the tables anxiously. Just as I was about to give up and head to the back table again, I heard my name. Essie! A girl named Savannah from some of my classes was waving me over to her table. Oh my God, thanks, I said, approaching her. You just saved me from eating alone. Being new sucks, I admitted. Believe me, I know, she said, patting the open seat next to her. That was me last year. I smiled to myself at her southern accent. It was different. Cool. I didn't even have a chance to ask where she'd moved from. She began introducing me to the 7th graders who flocked to our table with lunch trays and canvas bags as the cafeteria filled. The vibe wasn't all that different from what I was accustomed to. The students were diverse, just like back home. Savannah was black. A girl named Luciana, who seemed to be one of her good friends, appeared Latina. Don't worry if you can't remember everyone's name, Savannah reassured me. Diagonally from me, a boy took a seat, confident at a table of girls. He was white, like me, with sandy brown hair and blue eyes. My eyes caught his as I turned to my sandwich, and I felt a weird electric jolt. When I looked back up, he was smiling at me. And that's Ollie, Luciana said, smiling across the table. Ollie. 106 days left. It turned out that I had art and then science with Ollie after lunch. How had I not noticed them the day before? I couldn't stop thinking about them throughout dinner with Dad at an Indian place near campus that, according to Marianne, had the best curry in the world. Mom hates curry. I'd never felt that jolt before, and it had never crossed my mind that I might feel it for someone whose pronouns weren't he, him. Earlier that day, I'd watched them from across the cluttered art room. They'd gotten up from their paint-spattered table to rummage through supplies, continually running their hand through their hair. Long, flopping into their eyes on top, short underneath. Tiny gold hoops hung from their perfect earlobes, their gray hoodie draped loosely over camo shorts. Maybe they'd sensed me looking because they'd glanced over their shoulder and grinned. I'd smiled at them, and then at my half-sketched still life of an apple. Dad and I returned from dinner. He deposited our leftovers in the fridge, and I flopped on the couch to text Emily for the first time since that Tuesday, when I'd told her how depressing it had been to sit alone in the cafeteria. Essie. What's up, Em? Emily. Hi, stranger. Essie. Have you forgotten me? Emily. Have you forgotten me? Essie. Impossible. So, things are looking up. I've met some nice people, especially someone named Ollie. Emily. OMG, that was fast. Last time you